we will talk about the room and area volume calculation settings. So it can be found here in the architecture tab under room and area. If you go to area and volume calculations, here you can go and set the volume calculations to calculate areas and volumes or only areas, which is faster. We usually use these settings because it takes less computational power. And then you can choose if it will calculate at wall finish, wall center, core layer, core center, and so on and so forth. So I will go with the areas only and at wall finish, hit OK. And now you can see that this room has an area of 37.44 meters squared. If I change this setting to be at wall center, now even graphically you can see that it is calculating the area and perimeter of the room until the center of the wall. So now the area is 40 meters squared. The next thing which you need to take into account in this is that when you are going into the volume calculations, there are things which are not like playing nicely here. And one of the things is the unbounded height, which can be found here. It is a read-only value. You cannot change it. And it is like you can see it there in the description that it is the maximum potential height of the selected element if it is not intersecting by any other room bounding element, such as roof or ceiling. And this is the unbounded height is basically calculated from the constraints of the room. So if I put here 3000, you can see the unbounded height is 3000. If I leave it 4000, it is 4000. But let's go with my ceiling, and I place the ceiling here to be at the height of 2600 millimeters. Okay. And now if I go to my section view, you can see that because of this ceiling, the actual height of the room, I will delete those. The actual height of the room is 2600 millimeters. But if I try to get this value, I cannot actually get it from any parameter here. I have only unbounded height. So either I will change the limit of set, or we usually, if we need to have these values, we are just like creating our custom parameters where we will write the correct values. But this unbounded height will not tell you the correct value here. So this is the representation of the room when you have only areas. You can see that the volume is not computed. And now if we also want to compute volumes, you can see the difference it creates here. So if I go and I set my areas and volumes to be calculated, now you can see that this room is being cut, or the volume of the room is being cut by the ceiling, which is a room bounding element now. And you can see that the volume is actually calculated correctly, but the height is still just 4000 millimeters. The things to consider with the volume calculations, which can affect the volume calculations, are, and if I go here into my wall and I create a smaller wall, let's say 1500, like this, and now I go to my section again and I will turn on this for you to be better able to see it, the interior fill. You can see that the volume is not being calculated here, but even above of this element, even though it probably should be calculated there. And this is the way the Revit works. And the only thing how you can get this volume to be included is to turn off the room bounding element from this, or the room bounding property from this element. Now it is all included, even like with the wall. But if you need it to be room bounding, and you would need to calculate the space above. I think probably you cannot actually even do it in Revit. The next thing, if I go to my, let's go to my section back here. And if I go with my ceiling and let's create a ceiling that is only partly there, and I go back to my section view, you can see that the ceiling is cutting the volume of this room and it's always projecting like straight up. So the volume above here is not calculated, and there it is going all the way as it should. Again, if I need this volume to be in there, I need to go and unselect the room bounding property, and now it is calculating even with this element and with the space above. So these things can affect the volume calculations of the rooms in Revit. The next thing which you need to remember when calculating in Revit or doing calculations or doing volume calculations in Revit is that Revit will calculate volume always from the finish face of the wall, regardless of the setting here, room area computation, that it is at wall center. So in this example, you can see that I have a room. It is being calculated at the wall center, so my area is 40 meters squared, and my volume is something like this. If I go back into my section and just delete this, so we will be better able to calculate it. So I have my numbers like this, and if I go to my calculator, so I have my area of 40 meters squared, so 40 times 4 meters, which is the height, should equal 160, but you can see that I have only 149.76 meters squared, or meters cubic, sorry. And that is because it is being calculated from the finish face. So if I go here, and if I change this value to be at wall finish, now it recalculates. I get 37.44. Now if I go to my calculator again, 37.44 times 4. Now you can see that these values are the same. So be aware when you are using volume calculations and any other settings that at wall finish that you will get different values here. Then the next thing you have to take into account is floors. And let's imagine that I have a floor here, like this one, and it would be, let's say, 600 millimeters above the level 1. So it is some mezzanine or something. And you have your room placed here. And now you can see that I have created a floor and my room disappeared. If I go to my section view, you can see that because this is again a room bounding element and it is above the calculation height of this room, even though it should be like the bottom bounding for this room, it is being considered as the top bounding and the volume calculation is incorrect. If you do not calculate volumes, this will go just straight through it. But if you have it turned on, this will actually cut it, even though it should not cut it.